It's one of my most favorite times of day. I've been waiting for this. God, I hate snow. I've been wanting one of these for a long time, and I bit the bullet, and I got it. We already know from the title of this video what it is. It's a sous vide, and sous vides are, well, let me show you. It's a cooking tool. It's French for, I think vide is vacuum. I don't know. It's a sous vide, but it's good and sealed. But a sous vide, what it basically does is you take a pot of water, you take your sous vide, you get your directions off the floor. Got them. Anyways, your sous vide goes into a pot. And this is Wi-Fi, and others are manual. And you put it into a pot, you clamp it onto the side of the pot, you fill it with water, you put your food, or in my case is going to be crystallized honey, into the pot. You set your temperature and you walk away. Now with foods, you can cook it for X amount of time, or I can just set this to run on manual as long as I want. So I set it up to my temperature and it just circulates the water. And I never have to worry about being hotter or colder or going way beyond, because that's part of the problem when you're using a stove, is it's kind of hard to regulate it and get it where you want it. So it's real easy to scorch your honey. With this, it won't happen. It's going to make my life so much easier when I'm uncrystallizing bunches and bunches of already jarred honey. It was right around $100, so they're not cheap. They're a little bit expensive, but they run the gamut. You can get them without a lot of bells and whistles, and it will run you somewhere in the neighborhood of maybe $40. I've seen them that low. All the way up to the grandiose one, which is well over $200. So this is an ANOVA. It was pretty easy peasy to set up. It's their professional, I don't know. I'll put a link to it below if you're interested in it, but there's lots out there. So how does this work? Well, I did test it a second ago because I didn't want to spend a whole lot of time learning it. Well, you guys are going, okay, learn it already. The way these work is that they cook in water. I've got water here in the pot, as you can see. Then put your food, or in this case, I'm going to be putting my honey inside of Ziploc bags, which I've done here. And you seal it. You do the same thing with food. That's what it's really intended to do. But this works really good with honey, because the whole process is about surrounding the product. In this case, for us, it's going to be honey with warm circulating water. And I'll set this to 104 degrees and walk away. And we're going to see what happens. We're learning today together, so I'll give it about an hour. You can get an idea. This is not really crazy crystallized, but you can see that I'm not really getting much of a bubble float on it. So it needs to be clarified. I'm going to give it a shot here. Every one of these bottles is pretty close to about the same. This one might be a little thinner. No, they're all about the same. So when you put these into the water, like thus, you can see how they get completely surrounded by the water that's in there, and the bags keep everything clean and dry. So squeeze the air out of that. I've already squeezed the air and put these to the side. And then I am simply going to, it's already set, to 100, and I think I just hit start. That was pretty easy peasy. So let's see how that works. I'm going to move this away from that. Okay, and it's climbing. So there you go. We will come back here in, maybe half hour. We'll check on it, see what we got going, and keep you posted. But that's it. So what I should have said early on is that this is one way. I have another video that shows without sous vide right here. How to uncrystallize honey in multiple different ways. So, check that one out. This is just another method. For me, it's kind of another toy, like I need another toy, but if it makes my life easier. And as I said at the beginning of the video, I love to cook, and I've wanted one of these for a long, long time. So I'm pretty excited about having that and being able to do that. So that's what we got. I'll be back in a few. We'll check it out. While I'm away, if you got a second, subscribe. I'd appreciate that. It's important to us, and we're getting close to a monumental mark where we can hit 1,000 subs, and that kind of opens a lot of things up for us so we can continue to hopefully provide quality videos for you guys. Okay, I'll be back here in about a half hour. Well, we're 30 minutes in. It's been sitting at 104. Let's take a peek and see what's going on here. Seems like a little bit of progress. Yeah, there we got a bubble moving. Okay, so that's pretty good for 30 minutes. I'm impressed. This one, I think, let's see. Yep, not bad. We're getting there. Okay, that's pretty impressive. Let's put these two back in, take a look at the other two, and I'm guessing probably about 2 hours, and we should see a pretty good clarification going on, which is, I think, great. Yeah, this is like really moving along. That's just exactly what we want to see. Okay, so we are actually, I'm going to just hold off, but just to give you an idea that, you know, within 30 minutes, we just have a good slow warm up, and we should be able to have our honey clarified, still be within temperature of being raw. As I said, we're going to come back here. I'll keep checking if it's before 2 hours, but my guess is probably somewhere around 2 hours, which I don't think is too bad. I mean, what else am I doing? It's just sitting there in the bag, doing its thing. So I'll come back here in about an hour and a half, and we'll take a look, and we'll show you what's going on. Okay, we are at about 3.5 hours. Let's see what we got going. I'm pretty curious. When I checked it about an hour ago, I was like, whoa, I'm pretty happy about what's going on here, but let's take a peek here. Oh, I'm liking what I'm seeing. Oh, so there you have it. I would say this is probably 95% clear at 3.5 hours, and I think just in residual heat, we're going to be able to say this is clarified. So about 4 hours, not bad. And at 104 degrees, you are absolutely not impacting your honey whatsoever. So I'm very, very impressed by this. I realize sous vides are not cheap, and the other methods work just as well. Here's my last video that I think if you still need to clarify honey, zip over to that, and that'll give you a step-by-step without this. But if you like to cook, and you like to keep honey clean and clear, this is maybe a way to go. Anyway, so that's what you got. Thanks. I really appreciate those subscriptions, and we're getting to where we're almost at 1,000, and I really appreciate you guys' support. It means a lot to me. So happy beekeeping. You guys take care, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.